What's up, guys? I have some information that I'm looking at right now that I just want all of you to see and come to your own conclusions based on what I'm looking at over here. So these pink bars that I've labeled are T+2 after OPEX. So this one came on February 24th, T+2 after the third Friday of the month, which was February 22nd. This bar was May 24th, which was T+2 after the third Friday of the month on May 21st. This pink bar was August 24th, which was T+2 after the third Friday of the month on August 20th. And this was the infamous fake out where the T+2 date would have been November 23rd, T+2 from the third Friday of the month, but it appears that they hedged for options clearing early. And it also appears that this is when the shorting of the actual GameStop stock went up, as the Nixus pointed out, because this is when utilization rate started to rise for the first time since way back when. So I want to show you guys something. If you'll notice, this candle right here, this OPEX candle, started a 13-day upswing, and this OPEX was smack in the middle of the May-June cycle, and this OPEX was a little bit towards the end of the August cycle, and this OPEX was all the way at the end of the November cycle. And you could see that each after February, each cycle was just about 20 days from bottom to top. So like that, right here, and right here. All these are about 20 days, and this is our cycle, also 19-20 days. Tomorrow is going to be the 20th day. Now, just want to show you guys something that I think is extremely important. If you'll notice, this is the first time in the past year that we had the 20-day upswing leading into OPEX, as opposed to OPEX being in the middle of the cycle. So here, OPEX in the middle of the cycle, here, OPEX in the middle, here, OPEX at the end, and next week is the first time that we're having OPEX after we already had an upswing for 20 days or 19-20 days based on what happens tomorrow, which I'll get to in the end of the video. So very interesting, and if any of you guys have some thoughts on that, I'd love to hear about it, because if this tracks the way that I think it will, this will be the longest uptrend that we had ever since this move that happened right here. So if we track this 13 trading days from February 24th until just about like the 12th of March, so 13 trading days. So we'll come out here, and we'll also do 13 trading days, so also the 11th of March, and I'll bring this here, and so that's what that looks like. It's possible that they do some pre-hedging tomorrow, like Kirk mentioned, so we'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, I'll show you guys in a minute how that looks. So again, in the past, 3 out of 4 OPEX cycles have been on T+2. So February 24th, big swing up. May 25th, big swing up. August 24th, big swing up. And the pre-hedging that caused a big swing up on November 19th and November 22nd. And here we go into OPEX again next week. Just to recap, OPEX was either in the middle in these two cycles, at the end of this cycle, or at the beginning of this cycle, but OPEX has never come after a already 20-day upswing. So I do think that, in my personal opinion, even without any of the indicators that I'm using, it makes sense to me, and I really love to hear what you guys think, that this is the greatest window of opportunity for a real breakout of this stock. That's just what it seems like on my end. So let's get into today's price action and what we could expect for tomorrow. So I mentioned in yesterday's video that I thought the best chance we had at breaking 130 was early in the morning, but if we can't do that, we were going to be looking at about 126, and then if that falls, possibility, worst case scenario in the case of a strong market downturn, would be 117. So first half of trading, we couldn't break 130. There was also extremely little to none volume when we were at this point, and a lot of distribution. So stock fell down. Right here is when it broke through that 126 resistance, came down harder. So now the 0.786 retracement area would be right about 119.70, and there's a gap right underneath it. So again, I believe the absolute worst case scenario would be a drop tomorrow that I believe will only happen with another strong downturn in the market. And what I think it would look like would be catch some stabilization over here, wick down to fill this gap maybe, and then build support on this level before moving back up. Now, just an update on the Boom Hunter Pro. So I was showing you guys the 5-year, and now this is just it's really interesting to me, because not only do we have for the first time ever a cycle leading up into OPEX, and I know we're starting at a lower price point than each of the other cycles, but the resistance line is certainly lower as well. So not only are we leading into OPEX with a uptrend for about 20 days, we are also the most bullish we have ever been on the Boom Hunter ever since March. So I had this theory that it wasn't necessarily cycles that were going on, but it was more of a slow walk down of the price, something that looks like this. So basically a walk down of the price, with the consequences of the shorting being a spike happening for 20 days. So I don't know if it was cycle, more like a driving down of the price, and that can't happen without the consequence of a spike happening every 40 or whatever days it is. That's what I believe it is. Now, to me, it really looks like this is the end of that, and it looks like this was the lowest point that they could possibly bring it. So the Boom Hunter is really showing right now that buyers have completely taken control of the stock. The QQE signal is about to flip long, which I showed you guys what happened the past few times that flipped long. It led to incredibly big price increases, and the candles that were showing up in the past 2 weeks are also breakout candles. White candles are breakout candles. So I'm not going to sit here making predictions and telling you guys where the stock is going to go, but the way it looks like to me is that this might be a really good shot at finally breaking out and moving on to new all-time highs. And I showed you guys this yesterday. That's what this would look like. So this is what I'm looking out for. As soon as these two lines can cross above this resistance, well, there's going to be a boom, to put it simple. And as soon as this yellow line crosses above this red line is when we're going to get that weekly long trigger, which has led to really big price movements in the past. So I'd really love to hear what you guys think about OPEX for the first time ever since we started this journey, being after an already established 20-day uptrend.